going into phase 3 of probate with Rahnema Law. So at this point, we have gotten you appointed as the personal representative of the probate estate. And that document, the most important document that you're going to get, is the letters of personal representative. Those have been issued by the probate registrar and they've been certified. So we get those back, we will contact you to determine where we need to send these. In some instances, there's a pending escrow. That means that a property is going to be sold and that the title company actually needs this document. If that is the case, then you need to tell us which title company in town we need to deliver the documents to. And so once you let us know, we deliver the letters of personal representative to the title company. And then once the transaction for the real estate closes, we should get the document back, or you should get the document back. Once you get the document back, you are going to receive instructions for the next step. The next step is going to be opening up a probate estate bank account. You're going to need these letters of personal representative, and you're going to need the EIN number that we get from the IRS. You're going to take these two documents to the bank. You're going to open up a bank account in the name of the probate estate. If you're selling real estate, they typically will just write a check, cashier's check, to the estate of. You won't be able to cash that check until you complete this step and you open up a bank account. Once you've opened up a bank account, then we need to comply with the rules for inventory. You have 90 days from the date that you are appointed as personal representative to complete the inventory. An inventory is a list of all the assets that the decedent had. This is real property, bank accounts, checking, savings, vehicles, sometimes stocks, brokerage accounts, sometimes, they sold property and someone, the buyer of that property, owes them money. Essentially, we need to get all of the assets on one piece of paper with approximate values. Once we get that done, in order to comply with the rules, we will send this inventory to the interested parties that are entitled to receive notice. After that, we have to deal with creditors. Dealing with creditors is probably the most complicated aspect of probate when there is creditors. If there's no creditors, obviously that's pretty easy. But in probates with creditors, we really have to be careful. In Arizona, you have to give a known creditor direct notice. That means that you have to send them notice, and you have to keep the tracking number, that proof that you've actually sent it, that there is a probate open, that you are the personal representative. It has to have your contact information, and then it has to tell them when the first date of publication started. Now, at Rahnema Law, we take care of the publication in the local newspaper. So we will be able to provide you the affidavit of publication, proving that we have taken care of the publication. And so there's two different timelines with creditors. The first timeline is unknown creditors, creditors you have no idea about. They have 120 days from the first date of publication, okay? Known creditors have a different timeline. Known creditors have 60 days from the date of direct notice or 120 days from the first date of publication. So, and whichever is later. So there's about 4 months in the middle of a probate where we are waiting and collecting creditor claims. There really isn't a whole bunch else to do other than paying some expenses, doing the inventory, but we're not making any distributions to anyone until all creditor claims have been dealt with. And that means we get some piece of paper, hopefully it's formal and is a satisfaction of debt that we know they were owed money at one point. We have paid them after the creditor period is over, and they are releasing and saying that they're satisfied. The next phase is going to be making sure that all taxes have been handled, and that is personal income taxes and then estate income taxes. We do not offer any tax advice at all at Rahnema Law. You will need to seek tax counsel, and that could be through a CPA, an EA, an accountant. or you can go to one of the online companies for assistance. But at the end of the probate, in the next phase, we're going to talk about the requirements to close probate. And I'm going to ask you if all of the tax issues have been dealt with. You're going to have to sign a sworn statement under oath that they have been taken care of. And I can't help you with making sure that those boxes are checked in terms of what you need to do. So after we get through those hurdles, we will move on to phase 4. But remember, like we discussed in the initial consultation, every time you are required to do something, we will send a letter of instruction. For example, the inventory, when the deadline is, what the requirements are. This video is just to help you understand that, but you will also have from Rahnema Law instructions for every step of the process, really from phase 1 all the way to phase 4.